Without objection.
Mr. President, I rise today with both sorrow and gratitude in my heart to honor and celebrate the life of an extraordinary woman, the Honorable Diana Denman. Diana has rightly been described as the godmother of the Texas Republican Party. She was a fierce warrior for freedom, but she was also a radiant spirit, a source of wisdom and kindness, and the embodiment of grace, conviction, and truth. Diana was a patriotic American. She loved this country. She was a true daughter of Texas and a very dear and cherished friend. Diana was born in Abilene, Texas. Her grandfather, Jefferson Davis Sandifer Sr., led Hardin-Simmons University for decades. And Diana often said she inherited her lifelong passion for service and scholarship from his example. But Diana's journey took her far beyond Texas. She left Abilene for Washington to study at George Washington University, from which she graduated with a degree in journalism. From there, she traveled to Hollywood to be an actress. She worked with legends like Cecil B. DeMille, as well as a young actor named Ronald Reagan. Ever quick with a smile and a story, Diana used to say the very first vote she ever cast for Reagan was for president of the Screen Actors Guild. That vote was the start of a lifelong commitment to conservatism. From Reagan's 1976 campaign to his election and through the presidency, Diana stood shoulder to shoulder with the movement for freedom and optimism that defined the era and which we so badly need today. She later served in the Reagan administration in roles ranging from the Peace Corps to the National Museum Services Board. She did not see that as a break in the work she had been passionately doing. She brought to Washington the same conviction as President Reagan, the same impulse that had brought both to Hollywood, that politics requires persuasion, that it requires winning hearts and winning minds, that we need to tell stories, that we need to bridge the gaps between generations, between communities, between ideologies. Diana knew exactly what and why she was doing. When she was nominated by President Reagan in 1986 to be a member of the National Museum Services Board, her bio read that, quote, "Since 1983, Mrs. Denman has been vice chairman of the Republican Party of Texas. She owns and operates a ranch in San Antonio, Texas, and was formerly an actress in Los Angeles, California." By her side throughout her remarkable journey was her beloved husband, Leroy, who was the chief lawyer for the storied King Ranch for more than 50 years. Plenty more offers came to Diana for prestigious diplomatic appointments, and yet Diana turned them down because she would not be separated from him. I came to know Diana through politics, but she became family. I would not be standing here today were it not for her faith in me. She was among my earliest and strongest supporters. When I first ran for Senate in 2012 and in 2016, Diana was a presidential delegate for me. And you could not ask for a fiercer fighter. Despite her diminutive stature, she could carry a knife crawling under barbed wire. Diana's devotion to others extended especially to our men and women in uniform. Her home became a refuge for young service members far away from their families. She visited bases. She met with veterans. She wove their struggles and triumphs into the fabric of her life's mission. Even into her 90s, Diana remained undaunted. She sent emails, she hosted gatherings, she mentored young conservatives, and she dreamed bigger dreams for Texas and for America. Her energy defied her years, and her vision never dimmed. Her consistent friendship and endless hospitality meant the world to me and my family. Diana was dear friends with my father and dear friends with my wife, Heidi. And Diana loved our daughters, Caroline and Catherine. When we were in San Antonio, Diana invited us over. When she came to Houston, she always stopped by. And when I was up here in Washington, Diana would always call, would always text, would always provide a word of encouragement, a word of hope, and a word of wisdom. And she always had a word of wisdom. Diana was proper. She was elegant. She was old school. One time when she was hosting a dinner for me at her home, I had the temerity at the dining room table to remove my jacket. I will say Diana upbraided me for 10 minutes after the dinner at lacking the good graces to know that a gentleman should keep his jacket on during dinner. Through and thanks to her tireless work, Diana changed how Republicans approached politics across the country. And she always led with humility and courage and grace. She cared passionately for foreign policy, for defending America and for America being the leading voice for freedom in the world, America being a shining city on a hill. Diana was many things. She was a journalist. She was an actress. She was a leader. She was a mentor. She was a philanthropist. And at her core, she was loyal, fiercely loyal to those she held dear. And now, Diana has been laid to rest in the soil of Abilene, where her story began, and from where she became part of Texas's story. Diana loved Texas with all her heart. Diana loved America with all her heart. And she loved freedom with all her heart. I love Diana. My entire family did. May God bless Diana Denman. And may He continue to bless the great state of Texas that she loves so dearly, and the United States of America that Diana was so instrumental in shaping. I yield the floor. And I suggest the absence of a quorum.
The clerk will call the roll.
Ms. Officer Brooks.